So recently, me and my team have been hard at work at Unpaid Workers. If you don't know what Unpaid Workers is, it's just a little game I'm working on, and it's really good. You should really check it out. Anyway, we've been feeling the effects of going full force, and I think it's time for a break. So why don't we make a game in 3 days? So recently, this game 60 Seconds has had a crazy resurgence after like 7 years. And it got me thinking that a game about rationing supplies could make for a pretty fun game, especially if you play it with your friends. So there's been 2 things I've learned throughout my development career on Roblox. The first one being, if you go to fart and a little bit of poop or diarrhea comes out, so what? Embrace it and move on. What's the worst that happens? A little bit of it runs up your back and it smells? Personally, I like how it smells. The second thing is that you need to plan out your game before you start development. So that's exactly what I did. Move! Fucking paper! Alright, so I wrote up a quick plan for the ration game. So as you can see, ration game, and we have the setup, the gameplay, and items. Basically, there will be a max of 4 players, right? You have to survive every single day. The ending will be at 100 days if you survive. And if 1 player dies, then you lose the game. Players will obviously have a hunger and thirst meter. They'll need beans and water to keep those meters up. At the start of the game, there is a chest that you can open, and it will have 3 random items. I made 6 items. I'll probably think of some more, but for now, 6 should do. All right, I think it's time to use my amazing building skills to put together a nice little bunker for the players to be stationed in. All right, so a little progress update. I think we kind of cooked. Obviously, there's not much here yet, but we have like the outline done, and we got some sleeping bags over here. Over here is where your supply is going to be, so I want to have like shelves, the boxes of the beans and water, and actually, I'm going to add that right now. And there we go. Now we have a beans and water box, and we got some nice shelves that they are on. So basically, players are going to be able to take from the limited supply that are in these boxes. It'll be like randomly generated, and that's how you're basically going to survive. You need to ration the limited food and water that you have. Anyways, I think that's going to conclude day number 1. Alright, so starting off day 2 on a good note, we have a ton of new stuff that I added to the game. We now have this board that displays all players in the game and their health. Over here, these are now randomly generated between 5 to 8. They still don't work fully yet, but we're gonna do that. And I just overall added some more decoration to the room. So now we have like a tank, a little radio that will play music, a little air conditioner system, and some wires hanging. So pretty cool stuff. Alright, so right now I'm trying to code the player being able to lay down in these sleeping bags. In each of the sleeping bags, there's a seat that I'm trying to force the player to sit in, but it's not working. You know what? How about instead of character, what if we do seat, sit, and then we put the humanoid? Maybe that'll work. Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys don't know how long I was just sitting on this, dude. Oh my God. All right, this game is draining me. I need a little pick me up or something. Can I get a beefy melt burrito and a... then can I get a 5-layer burrito and a chalupa with just beef cheese and sour cream on it? And that's it. All right, we secured the goods. All right, I just got so much working for the game. So on the board, it says day 1, right? And now in the bottom left corner, we have a thirst and hunger meter. If we go ahead and sleep in one of our bean bags, it fades to black. And then when it unfades, our thirst and hunger have went down a random amount, and it is now day 2. Once we get up, we can go back to sleep. This works with all players. It checks if all players are sleeping. So if you try to go to bed and your friends don't go to bed, it only begins a new day when everyone goes to bed. We got a decent amount working, which I'm happy about. All right, so the next thing I need to code is the player taking damage to their health if their thirst and hunger meter is 0. Definitely if your thirst meter is 0, it'll do more damage than if your hunger meter is 0, but they'll still do substantial damage. So where am I going to put this in? I guess we'll put it in right here. We'll say damage player. All right, so we'll say if player.hunger.value is less than or equal to 0, just to check, then, and I also have to do this for for thirst. So there you go. And we'll make it higher. We'll go 8 to 13. All right, to test this out quicker, I set both the thirst and hunger to 5. So if we sleep, we wake up, the thirst and hunger are both 0 now. We didn't take any damage. Let's go to bed. And when we wake up, we should take damage. Boom, 87. Let's try it again. 68. One more time, and 55. So that is now working. Last thing I added for today was the actual lobby system, so you can actually enter the game with friends. So as you can see, there's a 4-player pad, 3-player pad, 2-player pad, and 1-player pad. But let's go on to day number 3. Alright, last day. We for sure need to finish the main gameplay, meaning the players need to be able to interact with these 2 boxes, and there needs to be a way to win and lose the game. Okay, so I made it so that the players can now interact with the beans and water. If you go ahead and take some beans and some water, you can see it takes away from the storage, and we are now able to eat them and recover whatever meter that they correlate to. So obviously water will quench your thirst, beans will replenish your hunger. We need to make it so that you have more storage the more players that are in the game, because if you have the same amount of storage as a solo player as you do as a squad, then as a squad, it's not going to be possible to win. Alright, so now that that's done, we can move on to the win and lose state. Also, time is running out, so we have to do this very quickly. Before you say it, I know it was rushed, but I think it came out pretty decent for a 3-day long game. It is public. If you want to play it, it is in the description. Try to reach day 100. I don't even know if it's possible, so, but that is Ration with Friends. There are also a few badges that you can collect. Anyways, that's pretty much gonna wrap up today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button as well as the subscribe button on your way out. I probably won't end up updating this game, but if it's received well, I might do 1 or 2 updates for it. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you join my Discord server linked in the description. I need to go back to working on unpaid workers, so I will see you guys in the next one. Chase your dreams and don't let anybody tell you you can't do anything.